welcome back, my students, to the first episode of 2022 on Comic Class. In today's lesson, guys, we're reading Powerscaling Infinity Gauntlet Thanos from the Infinity Gauntlet story arc from Marvel Comics. And yeah, this should be really interesting. This is probably Thanos' most iconic depiction in the storyline of Infinity Gauntlet, so it's going to be pretty fun to go over what exactly his strength, speed, tech, and durability is in this storyline, and yeah, going over this depiction of the character. So without further ado, let's jump right into this power skill. Let's go. So the first thing we need to talk about is Thanos' strength level. So Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet was at such a strength level that he required Odin and the rest of the gods, I guess, in the cosmology of DC's cosmology, to basically come together and try to formulate a plan to take him out, because he was going to affect the entire, I guess, multiverse and stuff like that, and even affect stuff like Asgard and these types of planes of existence as well. We also get to see that Thanos, just, using some of his destructive power from the Infinity Gauntlet, was able to destroy red stars and planets, and basically this wave of destruction affected the entire universe in a way, definitely multiple solar systems, and eventually even destroyed planets that Galactus was planning on eating, and Galactus himself did not want to engage in a battle with Thanos as he feared his destruction if he were to do so. He also took off Earth off its rotation, basically. He tipped it off its balance, so he kind of like almost put the Earth into an ice age, and that was really cool. He also, with this force of power, was able to destroy the Rainbow Bridge in Asgard and kind of trap Odin and the rest of the Asgardians, as well as other the gods of the cosmology, basically being trapped on Asgard with Odin, and I thought that was really good. A really good strength feat as well. He also took on the best of the Marvel Universe at the time and took hits from Drax Destroyer and Hulk, to the point that he was able to use his ability to basically overpower them. He also destroyed Vision, who is a very strong opponent as well. He took multiple hits from Thor. Also destroyed Quasar's, or Captain Marvel, I think is his name, and his Quasar beams, basically his Quasar gauntlets, just completely destroyed him and then vaporized him with just pure energy beams from his eyes. So that was cool. He also was able to destroy Captain America's, I think it's vibranium shield, which is like almost unbreakable, if not unbreakable, to most beings in the Marvel Universe. So that's a pretty impressive feat. He was also able to fight against multiple universal entities, and in their initial clash was able to destroy multiple solar systems in an instant, as well as start destroying the spectrum of reality, which is just a crazy feat. He also fought against two beings that were able to throw actual planets against him and just destroy those planets with complete ease with just pure energy. And yeah, like just an energy beam from his hands or something like that. And that pretty much is some of the stuff I have of Thanos' strengths in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump right into his speed. His speed is going to be the fastest section, because there isn't a lot of speed feats for Thanos in this storyline, since he's so overpowered with the Infinity Gauntlet. He doesn't really have to use any type of speed to outblitz his opponent, but there are cases such as Silver Surfer going top speed to try to take the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos, and Thanos is able to either react to it. It's implied they reacted to this speed, or, the Silver Surfer just missed entirely, which would be horrible on Silver Surfer's part. So we're going to assume that Thanos basically reacted to his speed and just got out of the way and moved his hand out of the way. But Silver Surfer, as well as Thor, are two beings that are able to constantly move faster than light, multiple times faster than light, and can travel the universe basically in seconds. So yeah, with them going top speed, it's a ridiculous amount of speed. And yeah, Thanos should scale to that, at least in reaction speed. So yeah, so stuff like travel speed and comet speed are different, and we won't really quantify that here, because there really isn't much that we could quantify when it comes to his fight against all of Earth's mightiest heroes. and everyone that came to fight him on, this asteroid planet or whatever that they're fighting on that he had created for Mr. Death. So that's pretty much it for speed. Like I said, we're just gonna be real quick. You can scale onto pretty much faster than light, if not multiple times faster than light in speed, and almost all categories if you're being realistic in the people that he's fighting against. And remember, Thanos does weaken himself during the battle with all the heroes and villains to basically try to, give him a chance. So we have to assume that he could move faster if he was using like the stuff that made the I forgot what his name was, the guy that gives the stone and the Thanos quest storyline. I think his name was the Runner. I believe he used his stone to basically go faster. But yeah, so we can assume he'd go even faster than his base speed if he were to, or I guess top speed and base, if he were to use one of the stones to amplify his speed. But yeah, that's it for speed. Next thing we need to go over is his tech. Thanos has tons of tech because the Power Stone, the Reality Stone, the Space Stone, the Soul Stone, the Reality Stone, and I believe there's one more. Basically, all 6 stones, I believe it's 6 of them, basically are able, I think it's the Time Stone, yeah, Time Stone. He's basically able to use these to become almost omnipotent, basically. And with this, he's able to do different types of feats. He's able to reality warp and basically create things out of nothing. He's also able to erase half of the life in the universe by just snapping his fingers. He's also able to stop time, even able to open things like portals, grow to massive heights and width, basically just making himself a giant. He's able to explode himself out of Cloak's cloak, and he's also able to basically have such durability. He's able to tank almost any attack that he took in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. He's also able to open portals to kind of like send Mjolnir into another place in space, as well as open time portals for people to go through and end up in a different period of time. He's also able to turn people into glass. Again, this is kind of like reality warping feat. And with this, he's also able to turn one of, I forget, I think it's no, it's not Firestorm. Firestorm's DC. Nova. Yeah, Nova basically attacks Thanos and he turns him into a stack of Child's Blots and kind of crushes him. He also destroys Thor after he meets him into glass. And as we had already talked about, he basically vaporizes Quasar after destroying his Quasar beams or something like that, Quasar gauntlets. And I think they're called Quasar bands, and basically destroys them and then fries them to nothing, to ash. So yeah, and energy manipulation, I believe he has that in base. I don't think that's an ability from the stones, but it is part of his technique, so it is definitely something to mention. Stuff that, he might not show during the fight. Almost anything you can think of, he can basically do with the Infinity Gauntlet. So that should be added to whatever he can do in his tech. Going to his final thing we need to talk about is his durability. This should be pretty quick. Thanos is able to take attacks from Thor, which is one of Marvel's strongest heroes. He's also able to take multiple attacks from multiple heroes at once and not even be phased. This could be, people like Thor, like Hulk. Hulk also attacked Thanos, as well as Stress Destroyer. Fire Lord also landed attacks on Thanos, doing pretty much nothing. Wolverine attacked Thanos with his adamantium claws, and he basically just turned him into rubber, his body, which is just crazy. He was also able to tank getting like time manipulated because of the Time Stone. He was able to reverse and basically fight against the entities that are attacking him. He also tanked a multiversal, a barrage of energy beams. This is multiple beings that are either universal or multiversal attacking him all at once, basically trying to destroy Thanos. He was able to overpower them and enslave them in some type of like cosmic prison, which is a really good feat. He also fought against Eternity and won that battle, becoming Eternity itself. Being the aspect of Eternity, I guess, he became a concept or like an entity as well, and kind of took Eternity's place. I'm guessing Eternity became Eternity again after Thanos was turned back to a regular dude. I'm pretty sure that gets explained in like another storyline. But yeah, that does happen near the end of the story, and then Thanos does lose his Eternity power when Nebula basically gets the Gauntlet off of his body, his physical body, and then turns herself back to normal, and then takes away everything Thanos did with the heroes. Basically resetted the Marvel universe to what it was before the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, as far as people being alive and stuff like that. So she basically brought back half the life in the universe yet again, making all life back to normal. But yeah, for those that haven't read the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, I do recommend you go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below for you to check it out on Comicsology. And yeah, that's basically it for its durability. I do want to mention, going back to Wolverine stabbing Thanos, this is very impressive considering Adamantium basically stabs through anything, or can cut through anything. So the fact that Thanos is able to survive getting hit in the chest with these blades, basically, of Wolverine's is just super impressive. And yeah, that's basically it for his durability. So Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, as far as his strength, his speed, his tech, and his durability, he definitely would be in the ranking of, I would think, a multiversal threat. He constantly was able to take on everybody that mattered, basically, in his universe, fighting him at once. He was able to outspeed Blitz, the Silver Surfer, and Thor, it seems. Thor in combat and Silver Surfer in the sense of reaction speed. His tech is almost unquantifiable because of what he can do with the stones, the Infinity Gems, I guess you could say. I think they're called gems in the comic. The Infinity Gems basically make him omnipotent. But he does have weaknesses, such as if he gets overconfident or even allows himself to almost lose, because he almost did lose the Gauntlet to Silver Surfer, so that does need to be mentioned if you were to put him in a versus battle scenario. It is possible to beat Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, it's just very hard considering what he was able to do against everybody in his universe. And his durability is unbelievable, being able to take multiple universal / multiversal blast of energy at once, and was able to counter that with the Infinity Gauntlet. So I doubt Thanos could do that in base, but considering this is Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, from the Infinity Gauntlet storyline we're talking about, he has been able to do that, and he did win the battle, basically, only losing when he lost his physical form, no longer being able to hold the Gauntlet. Nebula basically returns everything back to normal, puts Thanos back to being a normal deviant, basically a Titan, and he becomes the Mad Titan again, and basically gets defeated at the end of the day. And Adam Warlock defeats Nebula, and he basically becomes the new owner of the Infinity Gauntlet at the end of the storyline. And Thanos just lives his life basically being in peace and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure this was retcon later on, or I don't know where this plays in the canon of Marvel now, but Thanos definitely isn't doing nothing. He definitely did go back to being a really big bad guy for Marvel after this storyline. So yeah. But overall, like I said, Thanos definitely a multiversal threat to the Marvel Universe. Definitely one of the best Marvel villains of all time. Definitely goes into the Marvel Hall of Fame of villains and characters in general, especially in modern times with the MCU. Definitely, Thanos is very hot right now as a character, and I think it will continue to be. It definitely is great and awesome to talk about. And yeah, that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Power Scale video. Go check out the other videos in the Power Scale playlist. We're going to try getting a Power Scale video out at least once a week. But I did want to make this first video of 2022 to celebrate the start of the new year, and hopefully the start of this channel growing bigger, and hopefully we can become a bigger community on the Comic Clash channel. We can just enjoy these Power Scale videos or my comic review videos as well. Right now we are covering the Steve Ditko / Stan Lee era of Spider-Man. So if you've never read that series, I do recommend you go check out that playlist as well, as we're getting close to finishing that run off, and we'll be jumping into the John Romita Senior / Stan Lee era really soon on the channel, and as well as other comic book runs as well that I'm planning on bringing to the channel in the next few weeks or so. But that's going to be all, guys. Until next video, God bless you. Until the next lesson, keep on reading those comics.